Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us today, December 6th, on the Rabell Realty Group podcast. I'm Kristen Rabell, and this is not Rebecca Johnson.
No, not so much. I mean, unless she had a total identity change.
Right. If you don't know who the pink lady is, this is Kara Winslow. Yay! We have a special guest host today. Rebecca, I know you're out there watching. Thank you for watching. I know you're not here, but we have the pleasure of having on Miss Kara. She helped me out in like the last seconds of everything and said, I can do this live. I can talk about anything, any day, live, on camera. I know I look good. I'm always in pink, and we have a lot to say, right?
Exactly. Always, always.
So thank you so much, Kara. This is going to be a great show. Right now, let's go into the Monday market moment, though. All right, Kara, so this is Rebecca's thing.
Okay.
I can do it.
Okay, good, because I don't know what we're talking about.
Basically, so this is actually my favorite one. We'll usually go over numbers of the month. So it's a 6th day of December. We would go through our actives, our pended, and our closed for this, these 6 days. But because we can go over in all of these 4 areas, and I think there's something on our screen, but we can get rid of that and I can look over it. So we work in Gainesville, Alachua County. We work in Tampa. Our office is in Tampa, which is in Hillsborough County. And then we also have a remote office in St. Augustine, the beach area.
Nice.
So from Volano down to Crescent, right?
Some of my favorite areas.
Yeah, exactly. And then Ocala, Marion County. So, but because it's the beginning of the month, there's not really many numbers. I get to go over the closed from October to November, just to see if there's any major changes. So it's really just reading off. So you can help me out here. Okay. In October versus November in Gainesville, it
looks like you had more in November.
I know, right? Not that much more. We're still in the 300s, but a good 40, 50 more. I guess more like 30, 40 more. So 319 to 347. So nice. Good job, Gainesville, picking it up end of the year. Again, when we're end of December, we'll see if we have a lot more. Our numbers are really low, though, which is crazy. And I think it's just the lack of active. But Gainesville, you would think would be a lot higher. It's really Tampa. That, the bigger city that you're going to see the high numbers. So look at that. Tell me the numbers.
Yeah, you have higher numbers again in November than you did in October, about, 30 more again.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn good.
It is pretty good, yeah. So usually at this time of year, people are sort of like calming down. Everybody says they're getting ready for the holidays. But really in October, what we've always noticed, even with the pandemic numbers that we've seen for the past year and a half or longer, November does typically have higher numbers because everybody wants to close before the end of the year so they can get the tax benefits. Right. So that's why you're going to see a lot more in November, possibly even December. I'm actually kind of excited to see if December really, raised those numbers a little bit. So over in St. Augustine, we always have super low numbers there because we're just a general space. We're right on the beach line. So we're not even like over on US 1. We're on, the 2 sides of A1A. So these numbers, it went up again.
It did. And, with smaller numbers, a jump of like 5 is still pretty darn impressive.
Exactly. Yeah. So St. Augustine looking good also. Of course, that just means there's very little to look at on the waterway. So you have to go a little more north and a little more south really to get that, larger amounts of numbers for sales. And then Ocala, Marion County,
went down a little bit, but they're higher
very
numbers.
Much. Exactly. Okay, well, we're going to talk. Oh, where do you want this house, Susan? Best Christmas gift. Susan's on here, of course, watching her friend and her wife. Yes. So a new house. I love new houses. Yes, let's do it. Where do we want to go?
Someplace fabulous.
All right. Yeah. So these are the numbers next week when Rebecca's back, if she ever gets back. No, just kidding. She'll be back. We'll look at the December numbers and we'll continue to see how we're going in these 4 areas.
That's fantastic.
So yeah. All right. So Kara.
Yes.
So I knew you had a podcast.
Yes,
right?
I do.
So tell us a little bit about your podcast.
So yes, I have a podcast. It really gets most viewership on YouTube. It is Kara's Lipstick Diary, and we sort of talk about all those things your mama told you not to talk about.
So yours is not recorded live. It's pre-recorded.
It's pre-recorded.
So that you can sort of have a little bit more discretion.
Yes.
Of
my schedule is all over the place. Sure. I don't know from minute to minute where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
So trying to film at a set time every week, would never happen. Like,
ever. I thought it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
But we've made it happen.
I'm impressed. I'm super impressed. But we filmed all the way out to February already because I filmed 5 episodes back to back.
They're 30 minutes also,
yes,
right?
Most of them. Every once in a while we do an hour, but most of them are 30.
So I've watched these a couple times. I would have to say, watch them if you want to learn a little bit outside of the norm of things. But do not bring your children in the room when you're watching it because that was an accident one day. We knew not to, and we had to shuffle Mason out of the room.
I'm so sorry.
Too adult for you, child.
Yeah, and we drink a lot on it.
Oh, drink. Speaking of, I brought a rosé because today we're going to talk about the rosé gala, and we're both dressed in pink. I mean, you're dressed in pink all the time.
Yes.
I'm dressed in pink for you.
Thank you.
For your rosé gala.
I love you for doing it.
I actually bought Diving in Hampton water, and it said you just have your friendship and you've got really great taste.
I approve.
Let's do
I totally approve. I also really like the cork.
I know. It's a glass cork. This is really nice. So I usually would not be drinking on my podcast on a Tuesday, and we don't have wine glasses. So we're not,
We're super classy.
We're sassy.
Yeah, that's
classy
it. That's exactly it.
I've got Dance Alive, which is what we can talk about again also.
Yes.
So let me pour these for us. We'll pour a little. It's not like the coldest of
that's
rosés.
Okay.
And, you like it to be rose.
Save me a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We got you.
We will. We're not going to drink all of this, okay? That would be really crazy.
Entertaining for, middle of the day.
Right. So do you want to kind of go over your rosé gala?
Yeah, for sure. So I was approached in 2019 by American Cancer Society, and they said, hey, you're the girl that drives that pink car. Right. Would you help us create a breast cancer gala? And I said yes, but it had nothing to do with the fact that I drive a pink car. I actually had a dear friend lose her battle with breast cancer now 5 years ago when she was just 34 years old. And I had wanted to do something.
Really hit home.
This hit really close to home. And I'd always want to sort of honor her legacy. She was that girl that just lit up every room she was in. And when she lost her battle, it was devastating. So in 2019, we created this event. It is a really fun night while supporting a really important cause. So we're very excited that it's happening again.
So in
Friday.
2019,
yes,
the location was out in Alachua.
Yes, we did it at Valley View that
which
year.
Which is a beautiful location.
Spectacular.
Yes.
But our guests really enjoyed their rosé.
Yes.
And we needed a place that was a little easier for them to get back home from. So we're
not the 30 to 45 minute drive when you're a little tipsy from too much rosé.
It was not a safe situation. So we're very excited that we're going to be having it at the 1908 Grand, which is the old Masonic Lodge downtown.
Is so exciting.
Oh my God. It's going to be
finally open. Yes. It's actually the opening night is tonight for some special visitors, special guests, and then yours will be the first big event.
Yeah, and it is spectacular. You guys, this venue is unbelievable. Nothing that Gainesville has seen before.
So I know we kind of talked about, oh yay, Carrie Ward, you're going. We'll see you there. Wear pink, as you know. We were talking before the show, and this event was usually in October. And of course, last year with COVID and everything shut down, you decided not to host it. You didn't even do an online version.
No, we didn't. In 2020, life threw us so many loops that we put it on hold that year, and we were supposed to do it in October this year, but then the Delta variant happened, and ACS asked us to move the event, and so now we're doing it on Friday.
Which I thought it was great because Rabell Realty Group had an event the same night, so we couldn't go, and I had been in 2019 and had so much fun.
I'm so glad you can come now.
So now you have this beautiful event venue ready for you.
Yes. And oh, you guys, it is spectacular. The chandeliers are to die for.
So great job. Super excited about that. I really love these kind of events. My cousin, who I would call my aunt, also passed away of breast cancer after many years of actually surviving it. So it really touches home for me as well. But we all love pink.
Yes.
And rosé wine. And really, I think what's great about this season is that I think a lot of people are finally getting back together.
Yes.
And obviously it's the holiday season, so that really helps and that brings it. But it's so nice to be out and about with everybody. I mean, these pictures you're showing, if you don't know half the people, then you're probably not in sales.
Yeah, exactly. Because,
I mean, they're not all necessarily salespeople, but they're all in the world of sales some way. You know, lots of them. So it's a really great crowd of people who goes and support.
Yeah.
And now you also said earlier that you have not as many gift baskets.
Right.
But you have quite a few.
We had a massive silent auction the first year. We had over 300 items in it. So it's not going to be quite that large. But we are going to have
pretty good
100 to 150.
Later.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited. And we're actually going to do it online this year for the first time.
Which I think is great.
I think it's amazing.
The past couple events, we had them online. You could sort of buy before or bid before. And there are certain items that you have to pre-bid for anyways, and being online, you already get to see them,
and
see what the numbers
also, those
are.
people who can't attend because they're traveling or whatever, they can still bid.
Perfect.
Even if they don't attend the event.
So do you have any of the items that you know of off the top of your head?
Fabulous things. I, of course, donated some makeup
baskets.
Of course, I was
going to say, if you don't remember one, I know there's going to be one with you doing
and
makeup.
There's a
who, by the way, she did my makeup before, so it's all pinky.
I mean, you can't have a makeup artist on the show and not have me do your makeup. That's just kind of how it works. So there'll be that, and you also can bid on the chance to be on my podcast doing a hard seltzer taste testing episode, which will be fun. But there's also things like we have, signed sports memorabilia. We have, a special diamond bracelet, possibly. That one might be interesting. So yeah, we're going to have lots of fabulous things. I see on here, Carrie is asking, when does the online auction open? It will be open Wednesday.
Tomorrow. Or Tuesday.
2 days. 2 days from today.
I always think today is Tuesday, just so you know. This is like a continual problem with Kristen.
So yes, it'll be available starting on Wednesday.
Perfect. Good to know. Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, 12 o'clock.
We can get it up and running.
Okay, so she'll post it on her page. What page do they need to go to?
We have a Rose Gala Facebook page and Instagram page. It'll be available on there the minute it goes live.
Awesome. Super exciting. Yeah. So hopefully you all have already purchased your tickets. Are there an unlimited amount of tickets because it's not really seating?
Yeah, that's the great thing. We are not doing it as a seated dinner. So even if the day of you realize, oh my gosh, I actually can attend. Show up. You can buy a ticket at the door. We do ask if you are able to, please purchase them in advance. We have VIP tickets that include a party bus ride from the Tioga area to the event. And then
that does start a little early.
Yes,
at
that
5:30.
Starts, right? Yeah, you get picked up at 5:30. The event then starts at 6 for you. General admission starts at 7, and there will be valet parking for downtown because we know that parking downtown
that is so
challenging.
True. All right. Well, good. Well, perfect. Let's take a little break.
Perfect.
We'll watch her commercial, and then we'll come back and talk about more Cara life and just Gainesville.
Fabulous.
All right. Perfect.
Welcome to the beautiful community of Arbor Greens. Located in Jonesville near the Tioga Town Center, Arbor Greens is a peaceful, planned community just outside of Gainesville. The development comprises over 200 single-family homes anchored by a spacious clubhouse, swimming pool, and tree-lined walking trails. The homes in Arbor Greens combine affordability, comfort, and luxury. Arbor Greens has amazing dining and shopping options in the neighboring Tioga Town Center, along with the Farmers Market in the Hale Village Center. The University of Florida and Shands Hospital are both conveniently located close enough for your daily commute. Arbor Greens is zoned for Meadowbrook Elementary School, Kanapahall Middle School, and Buchholz High School, all of which rank well and are highly regarded in Alachua County, one of the best school districts in Florida. Please visit buysellrebell.com to search for your new home in Arbor Greens.
All right. Well, welcome back. Thanks so much for coming back on. And you're here for Kristen, but probably more for Cara if you're here. our guest host. No, I know. They're here for real estate, and we can talk Gainesville, pink, makeup, whatever. So you're an ACR, like myself.
I am.
So ACR, in case you didn't know, because I know a few of you are ACRs, but a true ACR is someone who's born and raised in Alachua County.
Yep.
You're an Alachua County resident for life. Now, did you ever move away for a couple of years?
I left for college.
Right.
Swore I was not coming back.
Exactly.
Never coming back to
That's what most of us ACR say, and then I think half of us come back at least.
And I would say most of the people I knew that had left have all started coming back in the past 5 years.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're a little younger. It was about 5 years ago for me, where they stopped coming. But there's a Band-Aid or a rubber band, we call it. You're like, I'll never come back to this podunk little town. And then you come back and you realize, oh wait, the podunk town has grown.
It's grown, and it's actually kind of fabulous.
Yeah, it's growing a lot more. There's a lot of great people around. The University of Florida has brought in some wonderful, additional programs and things for people to want to stay.
Yes.
I think when we were growing up, you really saw it was a college town.
Yes.
So as
that
a teenager, you know, it was really like, oh, let's go out college-y things. So you kind of get in trouble a lot for doing that.
I was a goody two-shoes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of was too until college.
Yeah, but that was when I had fun.
But the thing is, that's kind of what you did. Or going out in the outskirts and like, you know, tubing or going to the beach, St. Augustine, right? Going to the rivers.
Tubing down the
Itchinatuckney, the springs, and even Melrose, Hawthorne area for the, you know, the lakes. So there's a lot of outdoorsy stuff. And now you grew up in the art world here.
Yes, I definitely grew up in the art world.
So there's also lots of art here, and it's grown exponentially as well.
Oh my God, crazy. The number of like theaters and artists and all, like it's exploded since my childhood.
Right. So how did you get into the art world?
I grew up, well, my parents were hippies, and so a lot of their friends
Gainesville's
were
like
artists.
Hippie,
yes.
pretty much.
So a lot of their friends were artists, and I would be like taken to their like studios, and I would hang out there, and then I fell in love with theater and started volunteering in theaters by time I, was in high school.
So really it was the Hippodrome,
yes,
right?
It was.
Yep.
And I was literally like 15 years old and going over there and volunteering because I was like, this is what I'm going to do.
And so do you think that's
life.
what really got you into like the hair and makeup part of it?
Yeah,
all?
well, and I didn't mean to become a makeup artist. I was working
accidental makeup artist.
I am a total accidental makeup artist. I was working at the Hippodrome full time, and I had been cast in a small independent film. The makeup artist stopped showing up. I jumped in and helped.
Oh my gosh.
And the next thing I knew, that production company had referred me to MTV. And here we are.
Right,
I didn't know this was a job.
I've heard some of your MTV stories,
Yes.
but maybe that's for your podcast.
Exactly.
Okay, so accidental makeup artist. But
didn't mean to, but
I mean, it was meant to be.
It was.
And something that you absolutely love. You love the limelight. You love dressing up and being pretty.
When you're a theater girl, you can't help it.
Right. So ACR.
Yes.
Let's kind of go over like you're an ACR when
you refer to certain roads by things that don't exist there anymore.
Oh, right.
Like landmarks.
Yeah.
So I do that a lot to people.
You still do that a lot.
I still do that. And people will look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that's how I know it. You know that corner where Gresham's Drugs used to be?
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, that is old school ACR.
Right.
Right.
I go back to those and I'm like, I should not still reference those.
Right, so a lot of those have gone away. And I think nowadays, like the kids who are growing up here, if you it's like now they sing You Won't Back Down by Tom Petty at the stadium, fourth quarter. So
I'm bad. I haven't been to a game in forever.
That would be the new ones.
Yeah.
So you have not experienced that.
Yeah.
That's actually a phenomenal experience. We love it. Yes. Compare All Biscuits to Skeeters.
Yes.
See, we have our other ACR on here.
Skeeters was the best.
Yeah.
And all meals should be that size.
Well, no, I don't know about that. I don't need to get that fat, okay?
My waistline would totally vanish.
Skeeters was really, really delicious.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Do you have any more, Susan? Because I know you have all the good ones. I think tubing down Itchinatuckney.
That was my childhood.
Did you ever skip school and go to St. Augustine?
Yes.
Right. So.
Well, my mother would tell them that I had okay, this is really weird. My mother would tell them I had doctor's appointments and take me to the closest Cracker Barrel, which was Lake City. Mm-hmm. We didn't have one.
No,
but we would skip school for weird things like that.
Okay. Yeah. We would skip school for the beach or going to the quarries and going, diving in the quarries.
The quarries. We would run and cross country to the quarries and jump in.
There you go.
That was a cross country, I just was about to say rehearsal. You don't rehearse for cross country. Clearly I changed what I went into. But we would be in practice and run there and jump in.
Right. I mean, we have ACR, but then we have Florida Man, right?
Yes.
We have
Which is
a lot of
embarrassing.
It is really embarrassing, but you feel like a lot of it's true.
It is very true.
Yeah. I mean, at least we're not like Michigan. It's even scarier. No, but it is the heat. So are you afraid of gators?
No, not at all.
Me neither.
I think when you grow up around them, you just don't even think about it.
People are like, oh my gosh, I can't go down, the Itchinatuckney or whatever on, a tube because the gator's going to get me. And I'm like, there's no gator's going to get you. Just don't go.
If you were a small little dog, they would.
Right. Don't take your little dog on and don't go at dusk or dawn with your little dog.
Which they aren't even open at those times because of that reason.
Right.
But yeah, I think if you grow, I remember in school, you learned how to get away from a gator and how to avoid a shark attack.
Okay.
Like these were things you learned in
So are you afraid of
kindergarten.
sharks though?
I mean, I don't like going in the ocean where I can't
Right.
see, because I grew up knowing all of that, and learning to shuffle through the sand in case of stingrays and all of that.
Right.
But like I remember in kindergarten, that's like what they taught you.
So my dad taught me. What did they teach you with gators?
With gators, I remember they said you go limp if they grab you because they bury their food, and so they'll take you under, and then you can swim away.
I think if you go limp, they can still pick you up with those enormous jaws. So I never heard that. That's kind of trash. I grew up in Hamilton Heights. Well, I grew up in a couple different neighborhoods, but my grandparents lived there, and Paco. Leo, that's where we lived. And there were like little swamp places, and there was always like an 11-foot gator there or something crazy. And as they're getting bigger and the city or the county isn't coming out and getting them, my dad would make me, and I think this was just to like see if I would do it, which I did, 'cause, I was terrified at like 7, that I'd be eaten because I knew I was smaller than them, but run in zigzags.
Oh, yes.
But he said after a while, zigzag, you have to go straight because then they can catch up.
Yes.
So you have to kind of like run around. So he had me running up and down in zigzags and circles and lines and all this. Yeah.
I also remember they would tell us
that did prepare me for soccer, though.
That's a good thing. I tried to play soccer. That was really bad. But I remember they also said if you could flip the gator over and rub its stomach, it fell asleep. And I remember thinking as a child, like,
they taught you some weird stuff at Oak Hall. Maybe I need to pull Mason out of Oak Hall.
This was at Stephen Foster. This was like before then. Yeah.
I went to Stephen Foster too.
I went to Stephen Foster.
Me too.
Did you really? We both were Stephen Foster steamers?
You're not an ACR if you didn't go to Stephen Foster. Just kidding.
I didn't know you went there.
I did. Then to Terwilliger. So I was in both of the main areas where we had, remember on 6th Avenue, there was that the wood place. I'm like losing my words, but where they basically stained the wood and then it ended up becoming a horrible area to live because of all the dirt.
I know. What do they call
Coppers.
That? Yes.
Yes. Here I am in real estate and should know all these, but it's been silent for a while. Well, Terwilliger had this really enormous, amazing playground.
Yes. What was it called?
I don't even know. It was like
had a name. You could like
playground.
Go there.
And I was in I helped build it. And then when they tore it down, I cried.
Right.
But it's because it
was filled with that chemicals that were killing us. That we all we would go there on the weekends. It was like the greatest playground ever.
It was awesome.
And we're all gonna die because of this playground. That's fantastic. It was a fabulous playground.
We were all there again. Coppers. Yeah, we already said it. But thank you. I think it's spelled with a K, but yeah.
But it was like
Stephen Foster right down the road from there. And then Terwilliger, so no wonder. No wonder.
Yay, ACR.
All right, so I have my Dance Alive mug, and Dance Alive's Nutcracker is next weekend.
It is.
So we have your gala, the Rosé Gala this weekend, and then Nutcracker next weekend, which I'll already be out of town. I'm really sad.
I need to try to go because I used to be the director of development at Dance Alive too, and that's an amazing show. Christmas
I would say,
no
offense to the other ballet shows that are going on. Kids Space, good job, Carrie.
Kids Space.
I even went there and I don't remember. Yes, Kids Space.
It was the greatest.
That place was amazing. I mean, it had everything that you could ever dream of as a child to play on.
It was so amazing, and it looked kind of like a castle.
Yeah. It totally looked like a castle.
So cool.
You could go in all these little crevices and then climb everything. I mean, nothing was like that in our lives.
No.
So we had the Kids Space.
There's no place like that now.
We probably
for kids.
all have cancer from it. But thank you, Terwilliger and Gainesville, Electric County.
Yep.
But back to it. Nutcracker. My sister's dancing that. So my entire life was going to see Nutcracker. I know.
With Dance Alive.
Yes, with Dance Alive. And it was such a great show because they have actual professionals that maybe come here and live here and go to University of Florida or have
international
a job.
Students or international dancers.
Right. So they have dancers from Cuba, from Russia, from China, Brazil, all over, and they are practicing and they're dancing the same place where these kids are learning to become dancers and ballerinas.
because POFAL is the dance studio for these students. And the thing that's cool about Nutcracker is the fact that they combine the professional dancers with the student dancers.
Yeah. So
And
it
it's
is
just
a really great
heartwarming.
show.
Yeah.
Because you see these professionals and the children, so you get to go see your kids or your friends' kids, and then
they're
these
little
really great
mice,
professionals.
and they're really cute.
And great music. You
Yeah.
know, the Tchaikovsky's amazing, right? So
Yeah. It's kind of a fabulous event.
it is. So there's some great events coming up this holiday season. And one, again, this weekend starts with the Rose Gala. If you can support the American Cancer Society and support this by showing up, buying your tickets online right here. You can go on ACRO.
ACSRosegala.org.
ACS Rose Gala. There we go.
I've had to type it a
.org.
lot recently.
You can buy the tickets there, and you could do the VIP for $200, the regular tickets for $150. Correct?
Yep.
And or you can you just go online, like you said, if you can't show up, you can go online and bid for some of the items.
And that'll be available Wednesday. And there's going to be some really cool stuff in there, you guys.
Yes, and you have DJs, live music.
Yeah, we will have some surprise entertainment throughout the night, which we are excited about. There'll be dancing end of the night. There'll be food throughout the night from Sweetwater, as well as full open bars, desserts from Four Rivers. It is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, exciting. I'm excited to go. Thank you so much for being on here. It's been a good, fun, quick show. Yeah, and I get to wear my pink today, and I'll get to wear pink again. So, all right. Well, Kara, thank you.
Thank you.
And, maybe we'll cross podcast another time.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Now I know who to call when I'm in a jam, though.
Call me. I got you.
All right. So we always showcase our top 3 realtors for the month at Rabell Realty Group. So this month for November, we want to celebrate our top 3. They start with they start with Lisa Moore. Yay, Lisa in our Tampa office. Great job, girl. Always on top. We'll go with Susan Baird from our Gainesville office. Great job, Sue. And then Jackie Mercier. Yay! I see these girls all the time on the top. That means they're always working, networking, making sure their customers are happy. So congratulations the 3 of you, and keep on plugging it for November or December, so we can see if you are still in the top. All the other agents, we hope to see you on there. All right, fun show. Thank you, Carrie. Thanks for coming on. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And those of you who watch later, remember our podcast is always on YouTube, so you can subscribe and watch on our YouTube page. All right, we're going to go through. So this is Rebecca's gig right here, but I'm going to take over as Rebecca on all of these, unless you want to jump in.
I don't know what I'd be saying specifically. I'd mess it up. I'm sorry.
So if you are looking to get your properties on for having a leasing agent or accountant or a repairman, inspector, landlord, we are done with doing all your property management yourself, or you're sick of where you're working right now with your property management, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Call Rebecca. No, call K&R Property Management. Rebecca will answer. She'll usually answer very nicely if you want to start with us, property management. Just kidding. She always answers nicely. And the number is 352-213-6410. If you want to get into real estate or looking to get in real estate, having questions about your real estate career, if you want to change from one real estate company to another, if you want to come into our Tampa or Gainesville offices, you can email us at join@buysellrebell.com.
They're kind of fabulous. You guys are the best.
And if you can't get enough of us here, let's get social. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google Business, and Lowell Call Me. Yes, call Rebecca, and YouTube. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page. You can watch all our fun videos and our marketing videos as well. All right. Did you know we have a blog? If you didn't know, we do. We have a blog, and we talk about all the great Gainesville events and real estate tips and local market events and tips and services and everything that we have. It's buysellrebell.com/blog. And as always, we'd love to thank the Fiesta Media. Thank you so much for hosting this podcast. If you're looking to get into a podcast, contact him at 352-327-5089. But as I always say, if you're shy, nervous, you don't really know what to expect, come on our podcast. You could be here for 30 minutes, sit with us. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about, and you can see how easy it is to have your own podcast. So again, come over here and then contact Fiesta Media. All right. Thank you, everyone. Again, we'll be back next Monday at 2.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Kara. We'll see you at the Rose Gala.